Now to the latest on the school mask mandate. As the Pima County Board of Supervisors again voted to reject mask mandates in classrooms in grades K through 12. News 4 Tucson's Mark Mangura joins us now live from downtown with more on today's decision. Mark.
Yeah, Sean, this isn't the first time that this mask mandate has been brought before the board for K-12 schools. And despite the different circumstances, they still have given the same answer.
After a case in Phoenix ruled that mask mandates in schools cannot be banned by the state, it raised the question again on if Pima County will mandate masks throughout the county in K-12 schools. In September, the CDC published a study done within Pima and Maricopa counties on the effectiveness of masks in schools, finding that masks did heavily prevent COVID-19 outbreaks.
In any school where there isn't some kind of universal mask requirement, those schools are 3.5 times more likely than schools with such requirements to experience some kind of outbreak of COVID.
The Pima County Health Department has been working with districts when it comes to mitigation efforts to stop the spread of COVID-19 in classrooms. However, despite the success of those efforts with districts that do have mask mandates, Dr. Francisco Garcia says 10 of 12 school superintendents were not in favor of a potential mask mandate issued by the Board of Supervisors.
To put it in the words of one of the superintendents, this just kicks the hornet's nest. In terms of getting folks who are opposed to masking and opposed to anything, it gets them out in force again.
Dr. Garcia added that schools that have implemented mitigation efforts alongside mask use have seen very positive results when it comes to the lower number of outbreaks. Supervisor Christie argued that this kind of action should not be a decision made by the board.
This needs to be decided by parents. This needs to be decided by local school boards. And it needs to be out of the purview of the Board of Supervisors.
Now, the motion failed 3-2, leaving the decision to implement masks or not up to each individual district. From downtown, I'm Mark Mangura, News 4 Tucson.
Well, the Treasury Department orders Governor Doug Ducey to stop using the state's federal pandemic funding on a pair of new education grants that can only be directed to schools without mask mandates. The order stated the grant programs are not a permissible use of the funding due to the fact that the conditions undermine evidence-based efforts to stop the spread of COVID-19.
Meanwhile, the Catalina Foothill School District responded to the Treasury Department's letter to Governor Ducey with a statement that reads in part, "We are eligible for $4.5 million of these federal grant dollars and look forward to them being released by the governor's office. Their use will go a long way towards strengthening our COVID mitigation strategies."